Every single day, we're basically swimming in this giant ocean of information. We've got tweets, headlines, videos, photos. It is a constant flood coming at us. But how much of it is actually real? How do you even begin to sort the facts from the fiction when it's all moving so fast? Okay, let's dive into this. All right, take a look at this. During Hurricane Sandy, this picture went completely viral. A shark just casually swimming down a flooded street in New Jersey. I mean, it's terrifying, it's incredible, and it was shared millions and millions of times. It feels so real, doesn't it? But is it? Yeah, you probably guessed it. The answer is a big, fat no. It is not real at all. And the hoax was actually pretty simple. The viral image on the left just took this completely separate photo of a great white shark and, well, pasted it into a picture of a flooded street. It's a classic fake, right? Designed to get a huge emotional reaction out of you. Now, a fake shark might seem kind of harmless, maybe even a little funny, but it points to a much, much bigger problem. It's a fundamental truth that when there's a crisis, when everyone's anxious and uncertain, people start inventing and repeating all kinds of questionable stuff. And during a real emergency, this isn't a game. It can be incredibly dangerous. So, what are we supposed to do? How do we protect ourselves from all this? It can feel totally overwhelming. But thankfully, there is a simple, really powerful framework that any of us can use to quickly figure out what we're looking at online. It's called SIFT. This SIFT method comes from a digital literacy expert named Mike Caulfield, and the idea isn't to turn you into some kind of full-time detective for every single post you see. No way. It's about learning a few quick moves to piece back together the context that gets stripped away online. It's really about getting your bearings before you decide to trust something, or more importantly, before you share it. So the method is built around 4 key moves, and they make up the acronym SIFT. It's stop, investigate the source, find better coverage, and trace claims, quotes, and media back to where they originally came from. Let's break down what each of these actually looks like in practice. All right, let's put this theory into practice. We're going to walk through these 4 moves right now and see how you can start using them immediately. The first move is, hands down, the most important habit you can build. When you feel that really strong emotion, that shock, that anger, that oh my gosh, I have to share this right now feeling, just stop. Seriously. Ask yourself, do I really know what this is? Do I have any idea who the source is? That tiny little pause is your absolute best line of defense. So after you stop, the second move is to investigate the source. We have to know who's telling us something. Because, get this, even first-hand accounts can be totally unreliable. This quote from the Verification Handbook is fascinating. It's talking about a reporter who interviewed a basketball team 25 years after they won a huge championship. And every single player vividly remembered the exact same dramatic, game-winning moment, except the video of the game proved their collective memory was completely wrong. It never happened that way. It's a wild reminder that if our own eyes can fool us, we've got to be critical of our sources. So what should you be looking for when you investigate? Well, you're looking for signs of authority. Does this person or organization actually have expertise on the topic? Do they have a good track record for being accurate? Are they backed by other credible groups? Or does it feel more like an unreliable source with no clear expertise, maybe a hidden agenda, or just a kind of low-quality, spammy-looking website? For instance, check this out. Here are just a few of the partners behind the Verification Handbook, which is a major source for what we're talking about today. You see huge organizations like the UN Refugee Agency and the Poynter Institute. Seeing that kind of backing gives you a really strong signal that the source is credible and has a reputation to protect. The third move is to find better coverage. The idea here is simple. Don't just stay on the one page that made you emotional. Just quickly open a new tab and see what other people are saying. See if you can find the same claim on multiple reliable sources. Check out dedicated fact-checking sites. Or, even better, try to find primary sources, like the official reports or documents. I absolutely love this analogy from the handbook. It is the perfect way to think about social media. It's not a newspaper, it's a police scanner. You're just hearing a ton of raw, unconfirmed chatter. It's a great source for leads that need more investigation, but it is not a source of verified news. And that brings us to the final move. Trace claims back to their original context. For example, you know this famous picture of the Miracle on the Hudson? Well, it wasn't taken by a professional photojournalist. It was actually snapped by a passenger on a nearby ferry. He was the original source, and tracing the photo back to him is what gives it its full story and its real power. So much of what we see online, a quote, a statistic, a video clip, has been completely ripped from where it started. The simple act of tracing it back can show you if it's being used accurately or if it's been twisted to mean something else entirely. Context is everything.
Okay, so we started with a funny example of a fake shark, right? But these skills are not just for winning arguments online. In a real crisis, this stuff can literally be a matter of life and death.
Just think about the catastrophic 2011 earthquake and tsunami in Japan. In the middle of all that chaos, false rumors spread like wildfire. Rumors about toxic rain, about aid supplies being blocked, about aftershocks that never even came. And in that environment of fear and uncertainty, bad information could cause real panic and lead people to make deadly decisions. And this really brings us to a profound point. As the Verification Handbook puts it, when a disaster strikes, getting the right information out and stopping the wrong information, that isn't just good journalism or being a responsible person on social media. It can literally be a matter of life or death. The SIFT method and the principles in the handbook, this isn't just stuff for us as casual readers. These are the essential day-to-day tools used by professionals, journalists, aid workers, and emergency responders to make sure they are helping, not hurting, in those moments when it matters the most. So we've talked about the problem, and we've got a framework for the solution. Now let's put it all together into a practical toolkit that you can start using today.
Here it is, your own personal digital toolkit. Just remember SIFT. Stop, investigate, find, trace. Use simple tools like a reverse image search to check if a photo is old, and most importantly, channel that old school reporter's motto, and always ask that one fundamental question about any piece of information you see. How do they know that?
Ultimately, we are all navigators out here in this vast and, sometimes treacherous ocean of information. These tools aren't asking us to be cynical about everything. They're just asking us to be thoughtful. They empower us to be part of the solution, not part of the problem. So the real question is, how will you choose to navigate it?